I mean, wicked can just be more than just a word, a descriptor word. Like it can be an
An
actual
adjective.
noun.
Barding. Ah.
These
I don't know
things.
any of these things besides
How
Bree's
do you
hockey
how do you
journey.
We got our first hater the other day.
shout out to my dad?
That made me mad. Now I'm triggered.
Oh, and god damn it. What a pro wants. What a pro needs. All right, folks, welcome. Episode 54, Bread Loves Hockey Podcast. We got Dean and we got Sam. Thanks for returning. Good to have you. I know it's always a little tough to work these things out, but we're glad to have you here and chat a little bit about the Caps going forward. But we'll get to that in a little bit, I guess. I don't know if we usually don't start with the season previews, so we'll mingle a little bit. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, just hanging out on a Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah, happy to be here, and I do appreciate your choice of jersey today.
I was wondering if you were gonna be wearing the same one. I was like, you know what? No one else is gonna be wearing a jersey. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, the hat.
Yeah, I got the hat.
Very nice. That was the one that I found at one of the flea markets and sent to Sam
Nice.
because I was like, you know what? It was like $2, and I probably don't need that reminder hanging up in the background. So I figured give it to somebody a little more appreciative
Yeah,
of the Caps winning the cup in 2018.
even though I didn't watch a single game. So,
Yeah, that's the bummer, isn't it? You joined like what, a year after they won, right?
yeah, which I mean I've said on the podcast before that I don't consider myself a bandwagon fan because I joined when they were pretty securely in a slump post cup. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Which they're still in, unfortunately.
Yeah, they are.
They're just in
But-
get OV goals mode.
Yeah, they have a different goal, I suppose.
Yeah, different model, a different business model than like the typical NHL team where it's like,
Right.
yep, try to make some money by getting into the playoffs and having a deep run. They're
I mean,
like,
it still
yeah,
make money. It's like sell tickets because people are like, well, the team sucks. Why would I go? It's like, oh, because OV.
yeah. Oh yeah,
I mean-
no, I'm not saying it's a bad model for them to adopt,
Yeah.
because I think it probably will work very well. That's
Yeah.
why I went to the game last year with you, because I was like, I gotta see Ovi at some point before he retires, and like,
Yep.
so.
And
just
out
worked.
of I don't know how many games have been, but I've yet to see an OV goal. So that's honestly statistically improbable.
Gotta keep going.
Given the one game that he scored at that I was in attendance for, I was in the bathroom. So
Oh, yeah, I remember you texting us that when you were at the game.
yeah,
Like, oh, that's tough.
yep. I'm still not over it.
Yeah. The game that we went to, he had like 9 or 10 shots on goal, I think, when we were talking about it on the podcast last. Gifford gave us the number, but it was pretty ridiculous. We're like, come on. He's got so many clappers and just so close.
And that was against Arizona, right? That was that game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, after that one, I kind of gave up on any playoff hopes, but somehow they pulled it out.
They found a way anyways.
Yeah.
I guess we are kind of just talking about him, so why don't we just, jump in, transition, might as well, about how we're feeling, so far. They made actually a lot more moves, like more significant moves than I would have expected them to, based on like, how the end of last season went. I didn't think they were gonna like push as hard as they did, but yeah, a lot of new faces in October.
Yeah. I don't think anybody expected this much movement. Yeah, I mean, it's Ovi has said that he does not want a rebuild. He wants his core around him, and there's a decent amount of those skaters left, but it's a different team than the team he won the cup with. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a 5, maybe. Is it 5? Is that the number that are
It's
left?
around yeah, I think it might be like 5 including Backstrom, which doesn't
Right.
really count because he hasn't
4.5.
played in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of
Yeah.
I think that's where it's at as far
Yeah.
as remaining players from that team, which it's so interesting to see how quickly like the cores of these cup teams like get dissolved basically. I think
Mhm.
the Avalanche are pretty similar boat too. They only have like 5 or 6 guys maybe left from that cup, which was only 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago.
Vegas
Yeah.
has to be
Um,
low too, knowing how they work.
yeah, I don't actually know what the total is. I mean, we lost a good chunk this off season, so there's probably only like maybe 8 or 9 left, I would think.
Mm.
Which just for literally 2 seasons ago is a lot.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot.
I
We've
feel like
got. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, looking at the Capitals roster, I feel like it's like the first team we've previewed where their forward depth is actually like not terrible.
Agreed. Like, yeah, they worked a lot on tweaking the forwards in the off season. Um, Mangiapane and Dubois come in, and they're currently slotted to play together on the second line with Oshie. But again, I don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
about Oshie. Like I kind of
Oh,
think
he's
the team
done.
is banking on the fact that he won't be coming back with how much they are over the cap right now. I think they're the team with the greatest cap hit. Yeah, they're at 97,445,000, 97,445,000. So
Good.
that's
Good.
that's quite a bit.
Yeah. They'll probably let Ovi go, I think is the move. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta shed that cap.
Yeah.
That would actually get them basically just under the cap too, because they're almost 9,500,000 over, and that's basically what they're over. So
Hmm. Well, yeah, they know what they're doing now that they own Cap Friendly. They know
yeah,
that. Yeah.
they're like, oh, if we just buy the management thing, nobody will realize that we're making all these expensive moves.
Right. Yeah. And maybe
They'll
nobody will
know
notice.
we're over the
We're
cap.
over. Yes. Yeah.
We'll hide the
The league
fact.
won't know.
Yeah. It turns out, yeah, the league just relied on Cap Friendly this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, should we block this? Because I don't think we'll be able to enforce the cap if this sale goes through.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll just quickly go through. So the first line we have Ovi, Strom, and Wilson still as the projected first line, which is still pretty good. I mean, Strom had a pretty solid season this past year, especially compared to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I don't think that's like I don't look at that and think that's not a first line basically, which we
Mhm.
haven't necessarily said for some of the other teams we've talked about.
Yeah.
And then we already mentioned the second line. So rounding out the third line, we got McMichael, Lapierre, and Alexei Protas. And I gotta specify Alexei because they also drafted his brother this past draft, so he's not quite ready yet. But
Yeah.
I mean that's a young third line. They're all 23 or 22, so that's kind of like Rangers kid line sort of thing. I think that should be pretty fun to watch. And then you've got Milano, Dowd, and newly acquired Duhaime rounding out the bottom of the fourth line. So I mean, that's actually pretty good. I think pretty physical. Like
Yeah.
I think all those guys are pretty good in that role.
Where are you looking for this? Because I'm on Daily Face Off and it's giving me different lines.
Yeah, these ones we've been using the hockey news. Let me throw this in the
Yeah.
chat or the document here. Um, so again, yeah, there might be some discrepancies, and like we've already mentioned, I think
Mhm.
Dean thought that the projected Bruins line, even though we haven't talked about them, like isn't gonna look like that. And I'm sure there's other ones that there's some nuances
'Cause, yeah,
that
they don't know
probably
where
will get worked
prospects
out.
are gonna go, for example.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they had
yeah,
basically
rookies and
Fabian
stuff.
Lysell, who hasn't played in NHL yet. He's probably gonna go on the second line, but they had him on the third. Like, small thing like that.
Yeah, this just kind of gives you a breakdown. It's a little bit based on like salary, but not entirely. So
Fair enough.
um, I think it's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I think if I remember right, Wilson was second line for a lot of last season.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
but I always liked when he played with Ovi because I mean Ovi's not as physical as he used to be, but it's always surprising looking at his hit numbers just for a guy his age, and so it becomes a pretty physical first line, and I think they feed off each other, and uh, I think I don't know maybe it's I'm making this up, but it seems like when Ovi gets a chance to be physical, like he gets more energized, and the rest of his game improves too. So, um,
I wouldn't doubt that.
yeah,
That seems like exactly how Ovi would behave. Like
yeah,
this is the guy who's like eating Subway every day, and
oh
what
yeah,
is he?
he
He's
doesn't.
drinking soda or whatever during the games
Oh,
too, or
oh yeah, he's got a
um,
soda in his water bottle. Yeah.
and he was also saying recently that like some of the players will go and raid like the coach's beer fridge after the games too. Which I'm like, oh wow, okay,
Well, I
we're
guess
uh,
yeah. I'm
we're
surprised.
admitting a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that the coaches have beer fridges.
I'm surprised by that too.
Also,
Yeah.
I mean, don't the players make enough money to have their own beer? Leave the coaches
Right.
alone.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah. Well,
think
I do want to know what's in those beer fridges. What's the beer of choice?
the preferred one. Maybe it's like like something local to the area. You know, that way you can say that you're just connecting with the city, even though it's a beer. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
it's a locally brewed beer, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
There are a few breweries up there. I nothing that I love, but you know, I've had beer from around there, and it's you know it's
It's
drinkable.
fine.
Yeah.
So the defense.
Yeah, let's
Mm.
take a look at that too.
We don't have to
Um,
do that. That's fine.
so
Yeah,
we've
again,
got
it's not
Chikrin
terrible.
and Carlson on the first pair. Yeah, I think I think that's pretty solid. I don't know if like Chikrin provides enough like defensive like capability for a first pairing defenseman, but I mean they're gonna score a lot of points because Carlson's kind of like that too a little bit. So it's a little. I mean, I don't know. They're obviously gonna defend, but I feel like they're known more for their offensive prowess versus
Yeah,
their
it's like you
defensive
kind of want a
capabilities.
stay-at-home guy with one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be entertaining to watch them play, but they might still let in a lot of goals. And then you've got Sandine and Matt Roy, newly acquired, on the second pair, which I think that's solid. I think they're a lot more defensively sound. Um, so I think that's a good pairing. And then Faravari and Trevor Van Riemsdyk on the bottom pair, which is fine. They're both pretty established. I mean, Faravari's still a little young, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their defense is pretty good. I mean, maybe it's because again, all the other teams we've previewed so far have been like garbage teams. So it's the first one. It's like, hey, they're like kind of in the playoff picture most of the time. Um, like they're not just like super standout defense or anything, but I mean, it's just solid top to bottom, I'd say.
they've also got Ethan Bear as a scratch for right D, so I could see him slotting in at some points too.
Yeah, you always gotta have a
Um,
good seventh D.
yeah,
You're gonna have
yeah, and
injuries.
they've got other like prospects that have played up like
Yeah.
Murachnachenko,
Like having a
Mm-hmm.
seventh D that has like an
Alexiev.
NHL track record makes a big difference.
You don't think it makes a big difference?
I'm saying having a 7th D that has an NHL track record
Oh,
makes a big difference.
no, that's absolutely true. Yeah. How
Well,
about the
what do you think? Well, I was
goaltenders?
gonna say, what does Sam think about the defense?
Oh yeah, I'd like to hear that too.
Not optimistic. Um, yeah, I Carlson's shown his age as much or more than Ovi. And I think it's a little easier to disguise that on defense because you don't have the same hard metrics that you do on offense, like assists and I mean yes, you have those, but they're not looked at as heavily for a defender.
Right.
And yeah, but watching the games, there's like one where it it kind of sticks out in my mind towards the end. It may have been in the Rangers series, or at least towards the end of the regular season, where like the game winning goal went to the other team because Carlson just fell on his face in front of the puck and
Mm,
couldn't like just was slow to get up or I don't he had a lackluster performance last season. And I'm not I'm optimistic that Ovi can persevere and he can make it happen. He turned it on for the end of last season, and unfortunately not in the playoffs. But um, he showed that he still had that spark and that he can get it done. Carlson didn't really have that same stretch where he he looked as capable as he once was. So,
right.
and he's kind of, I mean, he's the veteran on the defensive side, and
Yep.
that's who everyone's going to be looking towards. I don't know really what that does for the team dynamic, but I can't imagine it's good. So, not optimistic about our defensive performance this year.
That's a valid
Cautiously
concern.
optimistic about offense. Yeah.
But what about those goalies? Surely there's some optimism there.
Kemper got a lot of hate that I don't think he deserved. Um, I and because of that, I think I mean, they stopped putting him in, and I think it's hard for a goalie to get put in once every 6 games and improve themselves. And so I don't I think he was set up for failure last year. And Lindgren had some really good saves. He had some good games. I don't know that he's um I don't know that he's a long term um uh
Number one.
first number one goalie. We'll see what Logan Thompson does. Um a lot of it depends on team dynamic. Maybe less so for goalie, but yeah, I'm excited that we made some moves there at least. So
Yeah, I think camp will show a lot as far as who they're expecting to come out with the starting role.
yeah.
And I mean, part of the reason that Thompson left was because he requested a trade because he didn't feel like he was gonna be able to be a starter in Vegas with the way that Hill like performed in the playoffs, obviously, kind of cementing that spot for him. So I
Mhm.
think the expectation, at least going in, is that Thompson is gonna like, fight for getting the number one role. So
Yeah.
we'll see if that kind of boosts both of them. Like Lindgren kind of fights a little bit harder to keep his starting role or what. So
Yeah.
it can crash and burn doing that sometimes, but can also like prove that you have two guys that really want to fight with or like against each other to get better. So we'll see which one we get, or maybe a mix of both.
Which is what we did for a lot of last season, and I don't think that was our problem. um, but I think
Probably
it
not.
yeah I think it would help everyone if we just had a consistent starting goalie. But
Well, and on the bright side, you're only paying $2 million for a goaltending tandem. That's pretty good.
That
yeah,
is good.
Well, apparently it's not enough, so we do have to figure out what to do with the rest.
Yeah.
And they're both UFAs next summer, so this is kind of like, let's see who we keep, and or maybe they keep both of them if they both end up working out. But who's gonna get the big pay raise basically, and who isn't? Thompson's actually making less than the cap, like the minimum cap hit, so he's obviously the best value you could have, pretty much as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Um, so that'll be nice to have for at least one more season. Give him a chance to spend a little bit more on forward, but I think the expectation is that Oshie isn't going to be playing because I think it would be tough, and probably still not Backstrom either. Um,
Doubt it.
yeah, it would be tough to get cap compliant without having Oshie on. So we'll see who bumps up into that slot going
How
forward.
how high above did you say we were?
9,445,000.
Oh yeah, so Ovi would be yeah.
It would work out pretty
That's
good.
their
Would do
plan.
Yep.
They thought of everything, guys. That'll really get
Does
people in the
does
building.
Utah
Yep,
still have
that'll do it.
9.5 cap space available?
Yeah, you know what? You know what? I think they do. I
Yeah.
I think they do. They have 9.9.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's have him finish out his career in Utah. That's what he always wanted.
Isn't that the Cinderella story? Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think that would be very chaotic, but the league would get a lot of eyeballs on it, at least for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. But you're right. I looking at this, I don't see even with Oshie out. Yeah. I don't really see
Yeah, because he doesn't give you all of that either.
the move here. Him and Sandine, but I don't think we want to do that.
No, I don't think you want to trade Sandine. I think that's like one of their better value contracts.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he was really promising coming in, and I mean, he's still performing, but like he set I think a record for like most goals in consecutive first games
Oh
as
yeah.
a cap. Um, I
I remember
think
hearing that.
yeah, or that was
It was something like to that effect, I think.
yeah. I don't know if that was he did something to that effect. There was another defender um that they acquired around that time, and who set a record, and I might be getting them confused, but
Hmm.
I just remember like he came in and he hit the ground running. So
Yeah, I thought that was a good pickup at the time. So
yeah.
we'll see how that keeps panning out. But yeah, I mean, I guess as things stand right now, how are we feeling as far as playoffs and potential seeding and just how we feel on that front?
Uh, a first round exit, probably.
If they win the
Um,
game?
I'd feel bad about myself and the team if I said no, so I'm gonna say yes. We
Okay.
are going to win a game,
That's an
if only
improvement.
one. Yep, which is a sad thing to say, but it's true.
I was gonna have them as a wild card, but I realized I do that for every team, so instead I'm gonna say they missed the playoffs.
Damn. All right.
I think the Oshie void is gonna be tough to fill, even with their offseason acquisitions.
Yeah, I mean,
And their core is just a year older core, I guess. Their
Right.
Obi
right.
and Wilson are a year older.
Yeah. Wilson not showing his age too terribly. He's not
He's
that
only
old
30. He
anyway.
seems like an old
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, because he's been around. I mean,
He's been
and he hasn't
around.
moved.
He
Yeah.
plays like a
Yeah.
more like old school style.
He does do that. Yeah.
He absolutely
Uh,
does.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't fault you for saying they miss. They have a whole season to get it figured out, but with all these moves and line changes and everything, it's a different team. They're gonna have to figure out how they work together, and it's It's not something teams haven't overcome in the past, but I don't expect the start of the season to look very good.
I also
So,
think the Devils are gonna make the playoffs this year, so that's one more team fighting for a spot.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
I agree with that. I think they're set for it. But
I think I'm also gonna have them out. I think they're gonna have a season pretty similar to what the Sabres had 2 seasons ago, where they were scoring in bunches. They had a lot of fun games, but then they just weren't able to you know win enough because they were letting in a lot of goals too. Which yeah, that just looking at the defense, I do think it's a fun it's an enjoyable defense to watch, but I don't know how completely defensively sound it is, especially if Carlson doesn't bounce back like you're saying, which coming on his age 35 year, it's less and less likely that at that age and beyond that you're gonna make a huge bounce back in your career.
yeah,
So I think for that reason, I'm out.
yeah, that's fair. I hope you're wrong.
They do have a lot of exciting prospects too. Like they still have a lot of young guys, especially a couple guys they just drafted. We mentioned Protas. They also drafted Parasek. I can never remember how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
The
No.
first rounder from this most recent draft,
Hmm.
drafted 17th overall. Yeah, I don't even remember, but
Yeah.
he sounds intriguing. They've got Leonard and they've got Alexiev, a couple other guys, and a lot of these guys played up last year too. I think I think McElrath played a little bit. I think
He did.
yeah, a couple of these other guys did. So we shall see. But we got proved wrong last year when it seemed like there really was no hope, and then the Flyers kind of imploded in the final 3 weeks of the season, and then that opened the door basically for the Caps to
Yeah.
squeak in.
Still
Anything can
thankful for
happen.
that. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
And you did go to a playoff game last year too, right?
I did. Yeah. It was last.
The last
Um.
one.
Was it? Yeah. Yeah. Because it was game 4. Because it was either their last in DC or the last in the series, and so well. Yeah. It was game 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a tough one. I think 50-50 or worse. Um, Rangers fans. So
Yeah, that kind of
it's
makes sense.
it's an easy train down to DC from New York, and I'm sure plenty of them flew as well. Not a bad flight. So
No.
yeah, that is that was didn't help morale when it got so loud when the Rangers scored.
Yeah, that's gotta sting as the home fan. Like, oh, really? Get out of my building,
Yeah,
please. Like,
yeah. I saw a few fights.
oh,
Um,
really? Oh,
not physical, though. I'm sure they happened. Just yeah, there are people yelling at each other. So
I've never understood getting that heated with somebody else at a game. Like, I'll just never understand it. Like, just mind your own business. Like,
It's a
I don't know.
game.
It's just a game.
You don't
yeah,
have to be
I
mad,
mean
you know.
Yeah.
the
Why do you
the
have
one
to do that?
the one that happened right in front of me was there's this younger girl, look maybe mid low 20s, Rangers fan, and kept cheering on, and she said several times like, oh, how did this like Division 3 college team end up in the NHL
Oh,
playoffs? Yeah,
jeez.
and the middle-aged man in front of her just had enough by the third period, and turned around and he called her some choice words, and
Hmm.
She kind of just chuckled and laughed it off. But like, while I understand his frustration, I can't endorse his course of action. But I'll admit it was annoying me a little bit. I because it seemed intentional. Like, I mean, it seemed like her goal was to
He was
make
like
everyone
trolling.
around her,
Yeah.
frustrated. But you know, I held my tongue. Yeah, I was not. I didn't feel tempted to engage. The I can't remember his name, but his wife or whoever this woman was sitting next to him said his name and was like, "You can't do that. Stop. You gotta go walk out in the hallway." Or, you got put in timeout, I think.
Yeah. Like I can't take it, Maureen. I can't take it.
Yeah,
She's
basically.
driving me crazy.
Mhm.
Speaking of driving people crazy, you know what was driving people crazy for like a week when Jeff Marek was not showing up on the 32 Thoughts podcast and nobody knew what the hell was going on. Well, we mentioned this last week and we have some closure now, I guess, as far as what happened there. Um, so he put out that statement which we had mentioned, um, and it was kind of a weird situation
Yeah,
with
basically,
the draft.
this I think it was Athletic, New York Times article, one of those paywalled ones, said that Merrick had come under scrutiny from the NHL during the first round of the draft for allegedly revealing to a friend which players teams were drafting moments before those picks were publicly announced. Um, the NHL shared concerns about the situation with the Nevada Gambling Control Board, which probed further, according to multiple sources. So basically, I mean, I don't think it's as big a deal as like it got made out to be. Like, because he did like the broadcasters find out, um, I don't know, probably like a minute or less, maybe a minute or two before. I don't know. Like,
Right.
it's not a lot, but I guess their concern was, I don't know. Can you bet on who's getting drafted to like what teams?
Yeah, I'm sure
I mean, I guess
that's
it's the Nevada
thing.
Nevada Gaming Control Board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
yeah,
sure because it was
simple.
in Vegas was like a huge reason because of like,
yeah, and
the
people
whole
were saying that
gambling
like
sphere.
they were sure other broadcasters do it, but like he was the one that got caught. Which I don't know if that's true or not, but um, I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I remember Sarah Volley like tweeting out a bunch of the Kraken expansion draft picks before they were happening
Oh
on
well, I feel like
TV.
expansion's different, but I do remember that happening. Like they all got leaked.
Yeah, there's been a couple other like I feel like insiders that have done basically the same thing that Merrick was doing. It just kind
Well,
of
maybe there's more to the story. Maybe he was
unfortunate.
giving it to a friend to like bet and make money, and like I don't
Could
know.
be.
But either way, I'm sure we'll find other opportunities.
Yeah, so he still hasn't announced that he's like with anybody else yet, right?
I don't think so.
Hmm. Well, it's too bad.
Yeah.
I don't I don't really know if I really fault him, at least as far as what the information we have now is telling me. Like I don't think that's really all that like evil or malign or anything like that.
Yeah.
Um just kind of unfortunate scenario.
Mhm.
But so we'll see if insiders are a little more inactive, I guess, going forward
Sure.
as far as what they're willing to say. I
Yeah.
don't know. We love
Um.
the insiders.
Mhm. In happier news, Pasta got married.
Yeah,
They
more.
look pretty nice
I
too.
saw the pictures. He was looking fashionable as always.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that looked like a good time. I feel like whenever I see any hockey wedding, I'm like, man, that'd be so fun to get invited to one of those. Like, how cool
Oh
would that
God,
be?
yeah.
Like, what a
Like
blast.
the money for those things must be so because it's like yeah, I
Yeah, that
mean
yeah, open bar for sure.
we can absolutely afford to have like a crazy cool wedding and everything. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that makes some sense. They were in Croatia.
Makes sense.
I've always wanted to go to Croatia. It's beautiful there.
Well,
Is
maybe
that
your
where?
wedding.
Yeah, maybe. Is that where his wife is from, or
Yeah, I don't
is it?
know. I mean, I know he's from the Czech. I don't know if she's from there or not. Maybe it's just like it's a cool destination place for a wedding, and they
It
knew
is.
like about a venue, or maybe they went to someone else's wedding that was there before, and they're like, yeah,
The
that would be
wife is
cool.
from Sweden.
Sweden,
Hmm.
okay, so that
Yeah.
rules that one out.
I don't know. I mean, as beautiful as it is, and as much as I want to visit, it just it seems esoteric as a wedding destination. So I just feel like there has to be some tie. But
Yeah, I guess we'll have to ask him when he comes on the podcast next
Yeah.
week.
right, yeah, they sent out that invite. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent out a couple feelers.
Well, he actually wanted to come on this week, but we said, "Oh, we already have Sam. You'll have to wait."
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we bumped him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other
Like,
guy you were talking
are
about.
you
Okay, I
serious?
see. Yeah.
You're bumping me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend who doesn't know a lot about hockey is
Yeah.
he wasn't able to make it this time
Yeah. Well,
because
I
we
don't know a lot
bumped
about
him.
hockey.
You know
Um,
what? None of us do. So
that's fair.
we don't say we know a lot. We just say that I love hockey. That's really all that we need is the love.
Yeah, and I don't need to know a lot to have really strong, passionate opinions about things. So,
Well, I
Yeah,
feel like the less you know, the more passionate you can be, and louder.
hmm
yeah, that's
I,
true.
I, I am. I'm trying very hard not to yell in the mic right now, but yeah.
Brendan, do you want to talk about your new favorite hockey player?
Yeah, this I saw this on Twitter and then it kind of blew up a little bit. This guy, the 16-year-old prospect, he was born in Moldova, but has been playing and living, I think, in Russia. His name is Alexander Karmanov, and he is a defenseman. He is 6'11". I think they just might have changed it to being 7 foot now. And 276 pounds. Oh my goodness. Which, like, yeah. First of all, think about that height and that weight, and that's like the highest or the tallest player that's ever played in the league. If he ended up coming into the league, and I think the heaviest player that played last year was like 250 something. Actually, I think that might have been John Carlson. I can't remember for sure, but I think it might have been
Really?
him.
Okay.
I'd have to confirm that. But yeah, and this kid is 16 years old. So imagine how the players that play against him feel
Yeah.
about that. Like he must just be destroying these
Well,
kids.
we saw that footage of him playing, and he's using his body for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, so I watched the one clip, and um, I don't know how, because once I saw him, like, it was very obvious. But there was someone else on the other team who I saw at first and was like, yeah, because he doesn't look that tall. And then I like
I did
looked at a different
the
part of
same
the
thing. I was like,
screen.
"Oh, he's in the blue jersey," because he was like further away
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the camera, and I was
yeah,
like, "Wait a
yeah,
minute, yeah, that guy was like the other, like the lefty." And I was like,
yeah,
"Oh, oh wait, never mind. It's this other behemoth."
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like,
But I mean, so the
oh,
other team did have like a big guy, but then I guess it puts it into perspective how much bigger this guy is.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
I mean, and he's 7 foot without skates. So like,
maybe with I don't know. The height's of the debate, I guess.
well, okay, 6'11", 7 foot. 7 has a ring to it, I guess. But like the 1 inch, you know, after you put skates on, he's, I mean, he's well over 7 feet with skates on, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, like thinking about like him going up against like Marchessault or Marchand or something like that. It
Or
just, oh
Gaudreau.
my goodness. Yeah,
He'll
Goudreau. Be
he'll have
great.
to get a an exception for his stick, I think, like
Chara did, yeah.
like Chara did.
He should fight
And
Yeah,
Rempe.
oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah.
that would be cool.
He also the other thing is he just committed to Penn State.
For I think what was it for 2028 or something like that?
Wait, 2028?
No,
I
that
guess.
doesn't.
Well, oh, because yeah, you're not gonna join when you're 18. Yeah, so I guess
Yeah.
probably 4 years from now would make sense.
So yeah, I don't know when he would be draft eligible, but if he's going to Penn State, then it would probably be like 4 years at minimum before we would actually see him in the NHL probably.
Mhm.
I don't know. So he's 16? Does that mean he's draft eligible in 2 drafts. I guess it depends on
How that
what
works.
day his birthday is.
Yeah, it
Also,
depends
this
on.
article says reports differ
March
that
22nd.
between him being 6'11", 251, and 7', 276.
Yeah, okay. That's what I think that's what I had originally read was a 6'11", 251.
Yeah.
But now I'm
But
Either
seeing
way,
7
math.
foot 276.
it just matters how much sleep he got the night before.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He'll gain
He
an
ate his
inch
Wheaties.
and 25 pounds. You know, that's
I do that every day.
yeah. Yeah.
But that, I mean, yeah, he would break a couple of different records. Obviously, being the tallest player in the league, and he would also be the first Moldova-born player to play in the league, I believe, as well,
Oh.
which is cool. Dean and I actually went to Clarkson with somebody who was born in Moldova, so that would be cool for him, I guess. Although I
Yeah.
don't think he's an NHL fan, really. Shout out to
Oh.
you, Mark.
Well, it'd be cool for Moldova generally.
Yeah, they don't have a lot going on, I don't think. I don't know how they're doing at the Olympics today, or these past couple of weeks, but maybe they're doing all right.
Well, we have that information at our disposal. They have
There's no hockey at this one, so I don't
no,
care about the
no.
Summer Olympics.
They have 2 bronze medals in what I'm not sure, but
Hey, getting a medal, that's pretty good.
I like archery.
Yeah, I have no idea
Um,
what sort of sport Moldovans would
Canoe
gravitate towards.
slalom.
Slalom.
okay.
Canoe slalom, yeah.
I watched that for the first
Uh,
time. You're like, that's neat.
it is
Handball too goes
men's.
hard.
Ooh,
Okay, I do
I
like
didn't
some
know that was
handball.
handball.
Yeah, handball's
Yep.
similar.
Yeah. It's men's javelin and women's shot put are the 2
The
medals they
field
got.
sports.
Yep.
I dig it.
Looks like they had a guy in the quarterfinal of Greco-Roman, but
They still do that?
Yeah, he lost.
What about fencing?
That
I'm
one
not seeing
is
any.
cool too.
There's like 2
They
different
do
types.
have.
There's like the lame one and the cool one.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Like saber or something, and I don't know.
All I know is from iCarly when they had that episode about fencing, and then the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games
That was a good
games.
game. That was fun.
Right.
Those are good ones.
Man, what a workout that was! The 100-yard dash.
Oh yeah. It's like, you know what? Maybe I don't like the Olympic Games as much as I thought I did. I'm not playing that one again.
Oh wait, they do have. They have a woman in the 1,200 meter canoe sprint. So
Oh, it's
Oh,
close.
Dean was close.
yeah, it's not far off. Actually, they have 2. They have one in Heat 2 and one in Heat
I thought they do
3.
canoe sprint and not canoe slalom. What kind of canoeer are you?
Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe they have both. Weightlifting. They got a guy in weightlifting. And apparently, their one of their competitors won his heat in the 1,000-meter canoe sprint, but I don't know if that was fast enough to move on to the next stage. So, they're there. They're making an appearance.
Yeah, good for them.
Never thought we'd talk about Moldova for that long, but there we go.
That's content. I mean,
Yeah, oh, that's good stuff. You should be thanking us, loyal viewers.
yeah. And Moldova, you're welcome for the free advertisement.
Yeah. Visit Moldova today.
Yeah, this is a tourism promo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's apparently good canoeing.
Right. Oh. Let's transition a bit here. We got a couple items on the PWHL. So this has been known for a while, but now that we're in the off season, we can briefly touch on Bauer is going to be the jersey partner for the PWHL going forward, starting with this next season. So that's good to get like a a more well known sports apparel manufacturer. So that'll be good. I don't really know if they've been in the hockey world in that way, like as far as jerseys go before,
Hmm.
at least on this like scale on a professional level. I don't really have like I know manufacturers for the NHL for the most part, but I don't know a lot about the lower leagues. Um, so this is kind of cool. And
Yeah.
then apparently, and I hadn't heard this at the time, but apparently the names and logos were gonna be coming like relatively soon, but I guess they've been pushed back until mid-December. Or sorry, September. December would be a little too late. Um, September, yeah.
When I saw the article,
Which
I was worried because it said like says PWHL names and logos will be delayed. I'm like, oh no way, not like another year. But
I know that's
it's
what I
like
was worried about
August
too.
from it was gonna be August now it's September. I'm like, well, okay, as long as before the season starts, like who cares?
That's how I feel as well, and I was like, okay, I didn't even know about the proposed date in August, so like this doesn't really matter too much. It
Yeah.
just means we gotta wait a little bit longer.
Oh, it'll still be the
But
off season. We'll still have not a lot to talk about. So
yeah, I mean we'll be getting close to camp. We haven't really touched on the PWHL this off season, but I haven't been doing my best to track the player movement, and I'm honestly still not familiar with a ton of the players and their names and stuff. So I haven't I don't really know a lot
mm.
about them other than maybe like looking at point totals.
Also next month we'll have the prospect challenge that we can cover.
Oh, the CHL versus NCAA one.
I was gonna say like you know how each team does it like they have their own like the
Oh,
prospects of
yeah,
the NHL teams play each other. It's like in the middle of a weekday because it's not meant for like fans. It's meant for the teams basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching those last year. I watched like a couple of those.
Yeah,
Watched one against the Arizona team. But yeah, that's like if you're watching those as a fan,
you're a sicko.
you are entrenched in the league for sure. So yeah, good on you. That's like I go to every team practice and all sorts of stuff like that. I don't think I'll ever be that crazy.
Yeah, I mean I think it'd be so cool to go to like the um rookie camps or whatever the dev camps.
Those would
Hmm.
be cool, yeah. Like I saw these guys with my own eyes. Like I formed my own,
Yeah,
opinions on them and like, okay, I do think this guy has a chance and just being getting more excited with who you have in the pipeline, especially if you're like a team whose prospect pool is not really touted as being too good. Like if Dean went to a Bruins, rookie camp or whatever and was like, you know what? Nobody's really talking about this guy. Maybe that guy that they drafted in what the fourth or fifth round that you were
yeah.
talking about.
And I'll come
Like
on the
yeah,
pod and say that they're gonna be a first line center in a franchise leading goal scorer, and then it's gonna happen, and they'll be like, we need this guy as a scout.
yeah.
Hmm.
Ooh,
If you
Dean's
don't
got
give
it
a
all planned out.
timeline, yeah, yeah. If you don't give a timeline, you still have the potential to be right.
Yeah, it's like, come on, he's
5 years
50
down the
years
road.
old now. Like, hey, he's still got a chance.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
We never know.
You got Yager. He's still
Yeah.
kicking.
Some might say he's almost in his prime.
Almost. He's
Almost
gonna
there.
he's gonna he's gonna hit his stride
Yeah.
any season now. One of these decades.
I do think he said that this next season will be his last one
Yeah.
with
Really?
Kladno. Yeah, I think so. Which I'm sure, even with how much time and effort he spends into training these days, like it's just so much more difficult to stay in shape and like gain muscle at that age, and it's
Mhm.
just got to be very taxing to continue to do that, especially at that at that level. It's not like you're playing pick up hockey on the street or doing like a adult league or anything like that. These are like men and real like professional players. So
Mhm. Yeah, you're being hit by 7'1", 256 pound,
Just get taller every
six.
time.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like next week we're like, yeah. Did you guys hear about that 15-year-old 7'2" uh
Yeah.
300-pound guy from Moldova. It's like, wait, how big? I can't imagine if being 7'2" and 300 pounds like that would be just a monster of a person.
Alright,
Speaking of monsters, we've
oh.
got the Utah Yeti fan-made logo, which I think is really cool. We'll throw up a photo of it. But it's for the audio listeners, we've got the state of Utah outlined, and then the bottom is like fading into these mountains, and then the Yeti like face is like buried in the inside of the mountain, which I think is really cool. I like the colors that they chose too, because I think they're a little bit nicer than the blue that they've currently chosen. But
I also
I
like
would be cool with it.
the Utah Yeti like shoulder patch, I guess, text. Like not the one with the year, but the other one. Down
Oh,
below.
yeah, I don't really care for that one either.
No, I like it. I think it's
Oh,
cool.
you do like it.
hmm It's clean and
I
simple. I'm a fan.
I maybe I'd have to see like a actual version of it to know for
And
sure.
I also like that the person that posted this is just their Twitter account is Utah Yeti.
Yeah, UT Yeti.
I think they want um
They're manifesting it.
His
well
bio says, "I will happily give this account over to Ryan Smith if he chooses to name the team this."
okay, because I figured they were aiming on selling it.
And if it was money,
Yeah, but I
They
guess if they're giving it over,
they're doing it to prevent other people from doing it, so that's
yeah.
pretty noble. If that's what they actually would do.
well,
But
yeah.
no, that would be cool. I really like this concept, and this is like the first one that I've really seen. At least maybe I've seen a couple other rudimentary ones, but this is the first one that I've seen, and I'm like, yeah, this has a good NHL feel to it. The only thing is maybe it would be tough to do that, like that bottom part of it as part of a crest. Like I feel like the stitching or just like the creating the design would be a little difficult, but I don't know. Still cool. So we will unfortunately have to wait, another season before we get to see the actual logos and everything and the team nickname like on the ice. I wonder if if it'll actually take them the full season and then in the off season we'll get the team name and everything, or if they figure it out sooner than that, if they'll do a reveal in season. I haven't gotten any inclination on that.
I'm guessing it'll be next year.
That's Yeah, that's probably what it is. I guess it's just kind of wishful thinking. Like, oh, maybe they can get ahead of schedule, but they'll probably just want to take as much time as they need now that they've already got the okay from the league that they don't have to have a design until next season, anyways. So makes sense. None of us in last week's episode was too fond of the proposed home jerseys for Utah going into the season. So
Right.
hopefully it's an improvement. Don't think that's a low bar or a high bar. We've also got this rejected rebrand design that somebody actually made for Dallas. Apparently, back in 2013, when they were doing their rebrand. One of the members of the organization, I can't remember who, was pushing hard for a switch to red, white, and blue for the color scheme, and so there was I guess recently a leak of like a potential concept design that they had, which so somebody like basically recreated it, and I'm probably glad that they didn't go with this, but it's kind of interesting to see. Like it's just cool, like poking through the looking glass a little bit and seeing like what could have been if they ended up going that route.
It reminds me of
Yeah,
those red, white, and blue popsicles.
Yeah, the bomb pops.
Pops.
It
yeah, yeah. I
does.
mean, I think Caps and Rangers and who else? But
Well,
the
People were mentioning it looked like the Canadians Reverse Retro 1.0
Yeah, it does.
Mm,
because they have those colors too. But yeah, I also think it looks too much like the Rangers. Like just the
yeah.
color scheme's the same, right?
Yeah, I will
Agreed.
say I'm not a huge fan of the green, and I know that's probably
What about the neon
not.
green, the black with the neon green jersey?
Yeah, I think that's fun, but then to have to commit yourself to the color scheme otherwise, it's not my favorite. I do like what the Seahawks have done with their
Oh,
jerseys.
you like those? Those like color rush ones? Those ones hurt my
Yeah,
eyes.
well, that's kind of why I like it, you know.
Oh, I
It's,
can't do those. I do like the blackout jerseys for Dallas. I don't like their victory green that they use. Like I don't like that color either. I mentioned that last week as well. But I like green, but I just for some reason like the way that they use that color. I'm just that's not a fan. I'm not a fan.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. This will sound like the most, you know, hyper masculine hockey fan kind of commentary, but like green's just not an aggressive color, and I feel like it doesn't communicate aggression in the way that a hockey jersey should, and it doesn't, it's not exciting, I think is the problem. Um, it just kind of, it's there. It looks like a color scheme that someone would wear to the office.
I feel like green can be intimidating. It's like the, can be the color of like poison.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, so we were talking about like the bright green, like that's and what the Seahawks do with their colors. Yeah, there's that. But if you do like a forest green,
Mm.
something dark, or like I mean, I guess they don't do anything that approaches like a sage, but like it's calming almost.
I feel like the darker colors are the more aggressive ones. I don't know. Like it's
Yeah,
just a little more intimidating that way.
yeah. Then
I
I
think it's a little
guess
brighter. I don't know.
I
Like
mean,
I'm thinking
I,
like also like along with the poison like radioactive and like I don't know
mhm.
Yeah.
danger.
I guess you could go that route, yeah. Like the really bright if they like yeah, if like the stars switch to their blackouts full time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I also feel like it would be hard to do an away version of that and make it look good, like using that color green on a white jersey. I feel like would be a tough challenge to get
That would
that
be
right.
tough. That
Here's
would
my
be tough.
proposal: just change from stars to supernovas and then go to purple.
Mm. And then
Ooh.
and then they all
I'm
just
always down for purple.
explode on the ice.
Yeah.
Just yeah. They have to get a new team every
Yeah.
game. um,
Maybe not that last part.
no, okay. Then okay. Their goal, instead of a horn, they just have a massive explosion in the goal every time. How about that?
The goal nets just like blow up
Yeah,
every time.
yeah. Yeah. And then if it's called back, it's they gotta put the that same net back together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stitch it back up.
yeah.
Oopsies.
Um,
Oh my god.
if since we're on, I don't know, you might have this queued up, but if we're on Jersey related news, there was a team on the International Space Station that sang a country song about Tennessee. I can't remember the name of the song, but they all wore sports jerseys for Tennessee teams, and a Predators jersey made an appearance. And I don't know if that's the first time a Predators jersey or any NHL jersey maybe has been worn in space,
Was it a
but
Yossi
it's pretty cool.
jersey?
I didn't see the back.
Now we gotta do some digging. This is important.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I do remember seeing
It's
this
probably a
somewhere
blank, right?
briefly, but I don't think it. I think it was a blank, but that's really that's cool though. I would not be surprised if that was the first time an NHL jersey or a hockey jersey in general was worn in space because it's like, statistically.
Right.
I don't
But
know what to Google to
that's cool.
find this. I tried Space Station Tennessee Sports.
Uh,
Mm.
ISS Nashville jersey.
Yeah.
Try that. Oh, that didn't work at all.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Oh, we'll find it eventually.
Brennan will
Maybe.
tell me what to put in the edit.
Yeah. See for yourself. Well, that is fun. I like just when hockey breaks out of its shell a little bit and gets exposed. Like there was some larger like Twitter account that isn't related to hockey that I saw like post a clip from a game or something recently. I was like, like oh the like people are actually seeing this. I can't remember what it was unfortunately, but I was just like happy that it wasn't part of my normal hockey sphere that I was still seeing hockey content.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to put it in the chat here. I
Oh,
found a video.
Sam's coming in clutch.
It's on Instagram though, so Dean, you'll have to be the one to.
Oh.
Well, actually, you both can open it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there's
guess
a number, I think.
Is there? Because I did
Forsberg?
not pay
Why
that
can't
close
I make
attention.
it? Why can't I enlarge it?
Yeah, it looks like maybe is that just an 8, or is there a second number
I
there?
think it's just an 8.
oh well they got that is that a Kirk Cousins jersey? Is that what that guy's got?
No, that's a
Oh, there's
that's
probably a
Ten-
Weber.
Oh.
it's well, it's
Yeah,
Tennessee.
I guess it's Tennessee, so that wouldn't make sense, yeah.
Um,
Could be a Weber if that's a 6.
Wait, was he 6 or 8?
I think he was 6.
that's an 8. Yeah, that's an 8. She's moved her arm. I saw it.
What number
Does
was
I don't.
was Subban?
He was 76.
Oh, well, I don't know. He changed his number so many
So
times.
not 8 then.
Not 8.
Okay.
Is Cody Glass number
Is
8?
it Forsberg?
That would be a crazy one.
Someone's screaming
Yeah,
at the podcast right
Cody
now.
Glass is currently Predators number 8.
Oh my god, I can't believe I actually knew that. I mean, obviously he was a former Vegas player, so I know that a little bit, but he did not wear 8 when he was with
Duchesne.
Vegas.
Wait, Duchesne's goal. Wait, this isn't. What number is Duchesne?
Duchesne's not even on the team anymore.
Well,
He
not
was
current.
95, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a current jersey though.
No,
Yeah, I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
have to be. I just don't know any
At least
famous number
Cody
8s on the
Glass.
Predators off the top of my head.
Well, I just googled Predators 8, and one of the first links is Predators 8-2 versus Sharks. So that's a nice memory from last season. Yeah.
Let's see.
Could just be like a custom thing too,
Oh yeah,
like
Forsberg was
no
9.
player name.
Well,
Yeah.
since 2021 has been Cody Glass, and so far before
Okay.
then, Kyle Turris. That would make more sense than
Could be.
Cody
Could be.
Glass.
Yeah, I'd probably say that's a little more likely.
But Turris was only there for 1, 2, 3 years.
Yeah. Or she's like she's a Preds fan from the DC area and just really wishes Ovi played for the Preds, and it's a custom.
Manifesting an OV Predators jersey like that, like the Matthews Arizona jerseys that you've seen before. Like, yeah. If we just make the jersey, like they'll come eventually. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Cody Glass or Kyle Turris. So I'm gonna go with Kyle Turris.
Yeah, that's probably safe bet. If it is a player and not just like I picked my favorite number and I put my last name on the back or something.
Or
Stu
Stu Grimson, who played during the 01-02 season.
Is she tagged?
Unlikely.
Can we DM her?
Darren Turcotte,
Yeah.
1999.
We need to know.
Doug Friedman, 1998. I'm gonna go with Kyle Turris.
Dean's locking it in. You know what? I'll go with Cody Glass just to switch it up because I threw that one out there.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see. Sam mentioned the Sharks earlier, and we have one more of these logo things to talk about. So somebody in the Sharks subreddit, they swapped the retro and the modern Sharks logos, and I really like the swap they did with the new teal one with the old shark bite and look. I think that one is really cool. It's like I like to see like blends of eras like that, and I think that one works pretty
Which
well.
one, the
I've
top
always
left
thought that they could use a little more orange.
or
I like the top right the
top
most.
right?
Yeah.
I don't like the
Um.
nose.
That's the modern nose, I believe.
Yeah, I like the more pointy nose. Like, I'm leaning more towards
Which
the
is
top left or the bottom right.
Oh, actually, well, the other one oh no, so the bottom or the top right, excuse me, the rounded nose is not the modern nose. The modern nose is the bottom right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's part of the mashup, but I do think it works well. And yeah, I like having a little bit more like having the orange a little bit more prominent. I feel like it would be cool to see a little bit more orange with their stuff. They did go away from the orange in their most recent rebrand. Kind of too bad, but I think that's an unpopular opinion among Sharks fans. But yeah, that's our fan made designs corner, which I didn't expect to have three different things for that, but it all just happened to work out that way.
No.
That's fun.
All right, you guys ready for this quiz?
I'm
Yes.
ready for this quiz
Okay,
for the
cool.
first time.
Um, so for those who don't know, there's this website called Famous Birthdays, where basically it like profiles celebrities, um, and it ranks their popularity based off of user activity. So like the more lookups, the higher their popularity. And also if you go to someone's page, there's like a boost button, so you can also boost them to have their rank go up higher. Um, so
You
on
have
this
to pay
website,
for
there's
that?
categories, and we're gonna go look at the hockey players category today. And on this first page, there are 48 people, so that is the number that you will be guessing from. Um, and yeah, so I was telling Brendan that the number one answer is not who I would expect, because again, it's just like based off random people searching on this website and boosting. Um, so it doesn't necessarily mean if you asked hockey fans to pick a hockey player, this is probably not the person who they would say first, or second, or third, or fourth. Um,
Oh man.
but the way it's going to work is you're each going to have, there'll be like 10 rounds, I guess. You'll each have one guess per round. Um, and if you guess a player and they're ranked fifth, you get 5 points. And at the end, you want the lowest number of points. Um, and again, since the first overall is an unexpected one, we're going to count that as minus 5 points, a little bonus.
Ooh.
um, so since Sam was the guest, he can go first. So name who you think is the most famous hockey player, according to
Well,
random
hold on.
internet people.
And this is not most famous hockey player born on a specific day,
Nope,
right? This
just
is
the
this
most
is just
famous hockey player that you can think of, that you think other people also think of.
well,
It's like
si-
Family
since
Feud.
since you've
Yeah,
told me
yeah.
that it is not who I would think.
Oh no.
Um,
Well, be careful with this.
yeah,
I
Mark
mean, the ones you
Stone.
think are also on here, they're just not number one.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going with Mark
Mark
Stone.
Mark Stone.
Mark Stone, what a first guess. He is not in the top 48. I am sorry.
Oh.
Yeah,
Um,
that also. Yeah.
I don't know how mean do I want to be if you miss it. Am I just gonna do?
Oh,
Oh, do I do
lose. I
what
just
Owen? Do I
lose.
do what
Yeah.
Owen does and see what number he is?
Oh yeah, like we're still scrolling, still scrolling. Where is
Well, he
he?
is. That's well for famous people in general, like in the world of famous people, celebrities. He's 60,000. Um, but for hockey players, he is.
90,000.
I don't know. Hockey players isn't even one of the options. Toros,
Oh, he's not.
Taurus
He's
hockey
not a hockey.
player. He's 19th. May
y-
13th hockey player. He's second.
Uh,
um,
damn.
I don't know how this search. Yeah, I guess I just have to keep searching until I found it. So we're just gonna um,
Isn't it
be
Crosby's
nice, and we're
birthday
just gonna
today?
say 50 for anyone that's not on here, just to be
I was gonna
real,
say 50,
real
50
nice.
seems reasonable. Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, Brendan.
I'm gonna just go with Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky. He is number 6.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. I'm like, I know that's not number one, but it can't be that low. Surely.
All right.
6, I.
All right, Sam. We need a good answer here.
Okay. Uh, Panarin.
What are these like off the board? And just name. Actually, he's 47th. He's on the
Oh,
list.
Okay, well, you
it's
told
on the
me I
list.
wouldn't
Just
expect him to be first,
you
so
can't just go for first. You really want that -5, don't you? I feel like just being consistent and going with like a famous hockey players you know is the better bet. But you do you.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry,
Um,
I thought we were actually trying to get for, but okay, yes.
you're just trying to get
Uh,
the lowest number
Lowest aggregate, yeah.
after 10 rounds.
okay, well, I've lost.
Nah, there's still time to come back.
No, I
Brendan.
could still name a bunch of ones that aren't good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
you,
go.
you
I'll
should
go
try
with
that.
Crosby.
Crosby is number 5.
Ah,
You're
Okay,
making your way
Ovechkin.
up the board.
all right. Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking, Sam.
All right, Sam. Just there's obvious answers out there.
Well, yeah, I said Ovechkin.
Oh, you did. Okay. He is number 16.
Okay.
Back to you, Brendan.
Um, I'm gonna go with Lemieux.
Hmm.
I think that's
Uh
He
pretty
is
oh.
low.
not on the list.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a 50.
I really thought he was like more like widely known. Maybe because it's like he's not been in the league in a while. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have my
it's
theory, but
also,
I'll say why after. I don't want to give away anything.
it's not a
Oh,
hockey website. I
That
think
too, yeah.
that's
yeah.
yeah. Um, McDavid.
Number 2.
Oh,
I
damn.
thought about going with him last time, but I didn't.
Okay, I have a guess for
You're,
one.
you're still in it. Brendan.
I'll go with I'll go with Matthews.
He
Okay.
is number 9, and he has the
Oh,
worst picture on this website.
I
Oh
was
no.
I was guessing 8 for him. But um, Bedard.
Bedard is number 3.
Wow.
I
Wow.
I
Okay.
figured he would have got the boost.
Yeah.
Um. You know what? I got one. I got one shot. I think that might be it for the number one. I'm gonna go with because I feel like he's been blowing up on TikTok and stuff lately. I'm gonna go with Matt Rempe.
Mm,
Oh.
he is 13th. I didn't even think he was on here. Look at
Oh my
you.
god!
Well, good for
Not
him.
number one, but that's actually not that bad.
No, that's a good guess.
How many guesses are we doing?
Well, I was gonna do 10, but we're kind of well. I don't know. So this would be round 6 that we're on now.
Okay.
So we'll see how we're
Okay.
feeling at round 10.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Trying to see how conservative I need to be with my guesses.
Well, wouldn't you want to pick the best ones so that Brendan can't guess them?
Yeah, well, how hard I need to think. I think is more
Right.
what I'm concerned. No, that's
See the smoke coming out of his ears.
no, that's why I got these on. It keeps smoking.
Yeah,
If it's not
bottle it
if it's
up.
not if it's not working, I need to send them back. Panarin, not Panarin.
Again, he is still.
Yes,
Have you moved up?
Panarin, yeah. I don't know why I said Panarin. I meant Draisaitl.
I think that's a similar. Oh no, actually, I was wrong. I was gonna say it's a similar Gretzky Lemieux thing where like McDavid would kind of take all the limelight, but nope, he is 22nd.
Oh, okay.
That's one that I would have thought is like if you're not like really into hockey, it's like you probably wouldn't be thinking.
Well, see that's where the smoke came from. That's why I was
Yeah, it
I was
worked.
debating.
I haven't. You know what? I was thinking about doing another older player, but I think I'm not going to because I feel like that's not a recipe for success. I feel like people aren't thinking about them lately. I feel like you got to go with an active person. I'll go with Mitch Marner.
I know I saw him on here.
That's good.
He is 12th.
Wow, I'm getting a good grouping here.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
12th
Yeah.
and 13th.
You're precise, if not accurate.
Right.
Yep. At least you got one. I don't think I have either.
Guess we'll see. I don't have a good next guess though.
I don't either.
Wow, there's still plenty of big names out there.
Sure. Don't say the wrong one though.
Flower. Where is he? Is he on there?
He is.
I was thinking about him.
48th.
Yeah, damn it. Well,
You don't
it's
get
not
any
a
bonus
50.
points for getting the last one
precise
on the
too.
list.
Yeah.
47 and 48.
Yeah.
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 I could give you like a tip. Well, actually, we'll do it after this round. I'll give not a hint, but a strategy perhaps.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Trevor Zegras.
Oh, okay.
Good guess. He is 10th.
Okay. Well, that informs my next guess, but I'll take your hint first.
Okay.
That's
What
smart.
I would say is think about NHL cover athletes or players that are in that like talk every year, because those are people that are like in the media, right? Like famous, if you will.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, think about like McDavid, Matthews, like Ovechkin, all cover athletes.
Yep.
And there's at least one other player off the top of my head that was on a cover in the last. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I'm trying to think. Are there any other cover?
I think I know who you're talking about.
I don't. So
Let's see. Now I gotta look through them.
Marchand?
Marchand is on here.
Oh.
I'm just trying to look if there's any. Okay, yeah, there's a couple, or at least one cover athlete that I see on here, remaining. That is. Marchand is. Where'd he go? 24th.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not first, but yeah.
I'm gonna go with PK Subban.
Oh, okay.
He's in the media now. He was a cover athlete in 2017.
He is not on here, sadly.
Oh,
That's 250s.
damn, that hurts.
Because your hint helps me none. I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
Jack Hughes.
Just ignore it.
Oh, I was gonna say Jack Hughes next.
That's
Yeah.
funny because he is actually number one. Ding, ding, ding.
No.
-5. Let's go.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I was like, you know what? I think I can get him next round. I think I could guess him next round.
Yeah, this is a draft.
I really thought Subban was the answer you were looking for
No.
cover athlete.
I was gonna say Jack Hughes until you said your hint, and apparently I went the wrong direction.
Yeah. All right, Brendan.
Damn it. Oh, now I gotta think of another one that gets me no points.
Another Hughes.
Or gets me a bunch of points. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think the other Hughes brothers would be up there though.
No.
Man. Trying to think of someone really big that I just haven't thought of yet.
There's some on here.
Maybe Stamkos? Yeah, I didn't feel great about that one.
No. All right, so closing out round 9.
I'm losing it.
The scores as we have it: Sam 207, Brendan 205.
Oh my
Damn it.
god.
What? That's that.
Well, all right. To start, you had a 50 and a 47. He had a 6 and a 5.
Yeah. all right.
but then I just got a couple 50s in a row.
So, do you want this to be the last round?
We'll see where I stand.
No, you
Then
have
I'll
to decide
decide.
before it starts.
Damn.
You have to both agree on either this round or a number, depending how many guesses you think or other hockey players you can think of that won't give you 50 points.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta eat dinner. So.
Okay, this will do the we'll do the last. This will be the last round.
Yeah.
All
So I also
right.
want to tell you the ones that are I feel like were obvious. Obviously, after looking at it, that you're gonna
Mhm.
say, and then a couple other things.
All right. I had a good guess, then I thought of a bunch of stupid guesses, and now that they're the only things I can think of. Matthew Kachuk.
Ooh,
Oh,
he is 23,
Okay.
Oh,
right
okay.
in the middle.
Oh, so I gotta get within the top, 20
You
basically to
need
Yeah.
the
still
top
win.
half. 25. Well, 25 would tie.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna go with Willie Nylander.
Gordie Howe. He said Gordie Howe.
William Nylander is 29.
No.
With
Let's
a final
go.
score of 230 for Sam and 234 for Brendan, we
Oh, I
have
choked
our
it.
famous birthdays winner.
Come on, man.
That's a fun game. I like that game.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
10 rounds is perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. 9 would have been a little too
Yeah,
few, I
it
think.
was too short. Too
Um,
short. Yeah.
so yeah, what my theory is it's like this website is probably a lot of young people, so it's like TikTok, like you were saying, inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so
I mean,
Jack
Bedard
Hughes,
is
I guess,
great.
I don't know.
So
Um, and then when I was saying cover athletes, I was thinking Patrick Kane, big famous guy. But then I realized he got taken off the cover
Oh.
with the allegations. But Kale McCarr was also on this list, and he was on the cover.
Mm.
Oh, really?
So I'm just gonna
Okay.
run through real quick a
Didn't
couple.
think about him.
Number 4, Pavel Demitra. Don't know
What?
why he's there. Um,
Okay. Don't feel bad
Evander
about
Kane
missing
at
that one.
7.
No.
Oh,
Whoa. Oh.
I don't know he was in the news a lot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then when Sam picked Jack Hughes, and you're like, I was gonna pick him, and Sam was like, I don't know, pick another Hughes brother, and you're like, I don't know about that. Quinn Hughes at number 8, and Luke
Damn.
Hughes at number 11.
Oh
I was just
man.
trying to
I
keep
like
it
I kind of
together.
thought about it, but I was
Trying
like, I
not to
don't
laugh
know.
when you said that.
I was kind of looking to see if you were making a face,
He's
but you
making a
covered up your
reaction.
mouth, and
I
I
was
was
trying
like,
to
damn
hold
it.
it together.
I got nothing. Oh, I fucked this one up so badly in like so many little places.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
I was
curious.
doing so well.
I'm curious where Brady landed. If
I don't think he's on
Matthew
here.
was okay.
Michael
Yeah.
Mrazek at 23. The weird one.
Really? I was
Wait.
thinking Brodeur. Do you think he's on there?
Well, I'll just run through. So Patrick Kane, I think, was one that I'm like, come on, you guys can know this one. Morgan Riley, weird. Matthew Barzal, eh.
Yeah, I was thinking Barzell.
Cole Sillinger, Nico
Oh, because the whole
Hischier.
Tate McRae thing.
Oh, yeah, there you
Because he
go.
like dated McRae and then cheated
Yeah,
on her. And
yeah. Nico Hischier. So it's all these like young guys. Cole Caulfield, Drysdale, what you got? Caroline Harvey.
What?
Who?
She is from birthplace New Hampshire. 21-year-old plays for the University of Wisconsin. So I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe she's on TikTok. I have no idea.
TikTok star, yeah.
Macklin Celebrini at 26.
I thought about saying
David
him too.
Pasternak.
See,
I didn't.
okay,
I didn't
I was
think he
thinking,
was. I didn't think he was big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it and then put it away. I was like, no, that's.
Carey Price. Jeremy Swayman. I mean, how could he not be? You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Slavkovsky.
I thought about him too.
Ethan Edwards. Like I wouldn't have guessed these. Rutger McGroarty.
Tucker McGroarty.
Nathan McKinnon.
He's been
Sebastian
in the news.
Aho. The famous one.
Yeah.
Kale McCarr. Andrei Svechnikov. Elias Pettersson. Adam Fantilli. Tyler Sagan, because he's hot, probably. Tim Horton. Makes sense.
I love his donuts and coffee.
Yeah, there you go. Steve Thomas. Anyone?
No, I got nothing.
NHL right winger who spent 20 years in the league, scoring 20 plus goals during 9 seasons. Played on 6 different teams throughout his career: Red Wings and Devils. He finished in 2004.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
He scored an impressive
Meant no
35
disrespect.
goals in his 3rd season with Toronto.
Wow.
Wait, his third season with Toronto, or his third season that happened to be a season with Toronto?
I
Don't
think the
know.
second
Don't
one.
care.
Okay, fair enough.
Brock Besser, Jamie
He's watching this
Drysdale,
right now.
Tom Wilson.
I
Oh.
wanted to say him. I wanted to say him, but I didn't.
Well, it would have gotten you 45 points, so.
Yeah, well, I did like 47 and 48,
Yeah.
so
Will Smith, and then rounding it out, Panarin and
Mm.
Fleury.
Man,
see, I was
I
gonna say
wish I
Craig
could take a
Smith.
little more time.
So,
Oh, Craig Smith.
yep.
He's
I'm
a meme.
surprised he wasn't number 1.
Who the fuck is Craig Smith? The whole copy pasta with him when he was on the Bruins. It's like sounds like an accountant or something from Omaha or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I had just taken a little bit more time on a couple of those, like the Stamkos one. I should have just waited a little bit longer. Like I didn't feel confident in that one, and it ended up costing me 50 points.
Oh, there's also.
Why
we
do I
can
always do
this
this to
another
myself?
time? Celebrity quiz hockey players on the same website. I'll just ask you one. Well, the way they word it is like my 139 points during the 1970 to 1971 NHL season was a record for most single-season points by a defender. It's also multiple choice. There's 4 answers, but so we'd probably do this and like take turns. But I don't know. There's no way to change like the difficulty. But there's like 3
Right.
people I've never heard of, and then Bobby Orr. So it's like.
Yeah, I would have voted for Bobby Orr. So
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually dumb because it's like a soccer. It's wait, okay, last one just so I can give you the options. So I won the NHL's Conn Smythe Trophy in 2013 while leading the Chicago Blackhawks to a Stanley Cup title. Your options are Andres Iniesta, Kirk Cousins, Alex Ovechkin, or Patrick Kane.
Hmm.
It's Kirk Ovechkin, I think, is what.
Kirk
That's-
Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. They both wear 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, yep.
And Kane wears
I
88.
was gonna say I think Iniesta might wear 8 too,
He might.
or 10. I don't know.
Or 88.
Or
18.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Is that a soccer player? I don't even know who that
He
is.
does wear 8.
Hey! Look at them.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
I see what they did there.
Yeah, we
Um,
see you.
Clever.
We see you, celebrity quiz.
Yep. Well, there you go. We now have someone who knows more about hockey than Brendan.
Yeah, add another person to the list.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder how many quizzes I've actually won. I don't think it's that many of them. I'm usually the loser. Or I barely sneak out a win, which I was really hoping to do this time.
It was a
Man.
close one. I enjoyed being the quiz master on this one.
Yeah, I bet. Oh man, the couple of those,
And
the
just
Hughes
trying
ones
not to
that really
laugh at
hurt.
The Hughes brothers. Oh.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Maybe just go with Luke Hughes and see because he's young. Actually, Quinn would have probably been the. Oh, and actually, no. You said Luke was the higher one.
11.
I forget
Yeah.
now.
Oh, Quinn was 8. Maybe not. I don't know.
When you
Yeah.
watch
It
through
was
the
8.
podcast again, at timestamps, you'd see if you could notice me trying not to laugh.
Yeah, I was really looking, but
I'm glad
I guess
I'm glad I could keep it together.
I didn't commit enough. Oh well.
Yeah. I was trying not to
Congratulations.
meta game like that. I was
Yeah.
trying to keep it honest.
Yeah.
Very
well, it worked
smart.
out for you.
Yeah, it worked
You
great.
won with honor.
I did do that. Well, good game.
Good game. I think we're gonna let you get your dinner now. You can be released. But
I appreciate that. Thank you. It is 9:30 it's 9:30 for you as well, but
yeah,
not
but I
for
already
Dean.
ate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean's sitting pretty over there in mountain time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I can't tell if there's still is that light coming in from behind your
No, but it's probably still bright out.
Yeah, because you have a lamp there, but it also looks like maybe there's light behind the curtain.
Yeah, it's tough to tell.
A tiny bit,
Yeah.
but you can't see it from the camera.
Oh, okay. So that's all lamp.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
All lamp.
It's all lamp. It's always has been.
Yeah.
I love lamp.
Me too.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Shall we
Yeah.
cover
Speaking
some
of driving
news?
people crazy. Oh, damn it, Dane. I didn't know you were going.
Wait, I didn't say anything. Go ahead, segue, do it.
Okay. Well, fuck, I forgot it.